Okay, here we are, generator testing round 2. Previously we tested on gasoline, and what I didn't say before is that we could never get it going back on propane after the first day that I acquired this lovely machine with a full propane tank. Couldn't figure it out. Spent an hour yesterday trying to get it going again, and I just concluded that the regulator was bad or something. Took it all apart, diaphragms, springs, whatnot. Ended up going on YouTube and finding a whole bunch of videos about how these stupid 20-pound barbecue propane tanks has this protection for flow, I guess it's flow, overflow protection, and it's very, very sensitive. I mean really sensitive. I can't always get it right opening it up because this is high pressure side, and usually propane tanks have the regulator right at the tank, so even if you go really slow, you don't have a long way for that gas to go to create a lot of flow. As I understand it, I've not seen a cutaway view, but there's some sort of little ball bearing in that valve head, the stem, that I guess when flow comes, it goes up and latches in a port. It reduces your gas flow down to 30%. So my theory is, because this is such a long run, no matter how slow you go with that, you're going to get an inrush as you pressurize this high pressure line in the front side of that diaphragm and that regulator. So that's just a theory. It took me about 3 or 4 times to get it just right to where it would actually stay on and not in that lockout position. But in the meantime, like I said, I took the regulator apart last night, took the needle valves all out, had all those settings all messed up here, and so I had to play with those. I finally got it going today. I think I found the sweet spot. I did get this RPM gauge here, tachometer. Right now it's idling. It runs about, and I'm going to go fire this up here full speed. Right now I have it on idle lockout. It runs about 3,700 RPM. I think it's supposed to be 36. Actually, it's like 3650. And I tried to get it there, but it didn't matter because there's a governor on the machine, so it's going to govern whatever it takes to get what it thinks is 240 and 60 hertz. So what I'm going to do here, I do have the hot water tank hooked up. I have the load turned off, so it's going to get noisy. I'm going to go turn automatic idle down feature off, which will run this up to full speed. We'll look at the speed. But what I want the viewers to note is, and I don't have my oscilloscope hooked up, but when I throw that load on there, it draws a little bit more than it did on gasoline. I don't know why. 34 amps, 34.2, doesn't matter. The water's ice cold. But I want the viewers to look and see, to listen for how little change there is in the sound of this generator when you slap a 34 amp load on this thing at 240 kW, and it's amazing. I'd like to see that on the scope. Maybe I'll do that. But here we go. Listen. First of all, we're going to spool it up. Oh. So what I want to do is weigh the propane tank, get an idea of consumption of the propane. I'm not sure how to do it. I know I usually do it with a big scale by weight, but I have a vacuum scale in the bathroom down here, and I think I'll do a time deal, and it'll be a crude method that'll give you an idea, maybe depending on how accurate that scale is. I think the scale is only tenths of a pound. Give you an idea of the propane consumption. So let me go in there and get that scale. Okay, you can ride along here. My messy garage. It's one of the things I'm supposed to be doing today is cleaning this workbench up. Now that I'm paused on the baseboard. I got more baseboard to do. I'm just taking a break. I got pretty much the downstairs done. I got to do the family room and then on to the upstairs. So I have this bathroom scale here. What I really need to do is make a jig for the fish scale. Well, I don't know if I need to. This should be plenty suffice. Look at this thing here. And problem is I had a real nice stopwatch, Radio Shack Microna stopwatch. I can't find it. I can't really start a timer while I'm videoing. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll try my hand. So we'll put this down here. I can do this without affecting the overflow valve. Let's see here. I think I have to top it a bit. Let's put it right there. Cover up the numbers. Went off. Put 0. So, wow. Sorry, I hate to put you folks through all this jerkiness, but right now that's the best I can do. I have a selfie stick with a gyro action. I'll have to get that out. Hi, Casper. But we're going to do a real crude method here. So you saw me put the load on there, and we're going to say this 2:35 p.m. And I'll figure out some number, 10 minutes, maybe half hour. I don't know. We'll take a measurement here in a while and go see what the tank weighs. In the meantime, I'm going to have another one of these little coffee pod things. I have a whole box that was given to me. Let's see if I can find these darn things. They're Dunkin' Donut brand or some kind of a donut brand. There they are. Thousands of them. Kirkland. Oh, 80, not 1,000. Donut shop. Normally I don't like that Dunkin' Donut stuff, but hey, oh yeah, you can have your food down here. I've been hiding his food because he's been puking up at night in the morning. And I think that food gives him indigestion or heartburn. He sits here, waits for me to wake up in the morning, licks all his fur off him, eats that dry food, burns his stomach, and next thing, he's puking all over the place. So we're going to go make one of these. And anyway, I won't bore you with these details. So we went 235. We'll run it for some period of time, go out and weigh that tank, and try to figure out how much propane it's using. Because I have it written on a can. Well, we know how much propane weighs. You can find that on the web. So we'll go by weight. That's the only way I can figure it out. So we'll catch you back on the second half of this video. Okay, so we're doing some temperature rise testing. I have a flow of water going to the tank. Not much, it's a little trickle. And I'm going to have to take a note of the time. JK thermocouple. Run in and see what the time is. We're going to look at the clock on the stove. It's not going to be real accurate, but as long as it takes for me to walk back here, I need to get my cup of donut coffee anyhow. Again, apologize for the jerky video. I'm going to work on that. I just wanted to get the content here first, get the data. Okay, I'm going to cook bacon and eggs here. Coffee's done. All right, we're at 2:48. I could say that's 2:47. However long it took me to walk up here. There's the donut coffee, 4.4. Do this. So folks, make a mental note of that, and we'll figure out, I don't know how accurate, it's going to be how many degrees temperature Fahrenheit it rises in X given time. So 88 degrees. I don't know what value that has. I mean, my new tank doesn't have the same size heating elements, and it's just more information. It's just interesting, just data. Curious to see what both heating elements on at the same time with 8,000 watts roughly, how long it takes to move 50 gallons of water a few degrees Fahrenheit. So that's all that is. It's useless information. So we have our number time-wise, and still going. And we'll just kind of watch this temperature out here. Just make a mental note, and we're still on the clock for the propane weight. I think that was 235. I'll probably go to 305. That'll give me 30 minutes exactly. We can work that numbers backwards. It's heating up. The only thing is that current meter doesn't seem to be the same as what this expensive German-made one is. Here, there's a 1.5 voltage drop here. I measured that earlier. stop this video, let the thing run some more. I'll make a note of the data. Something just happened. The generator just conked out. The 258 just quit running. Just boom. Water was 101 degrees. The propane tank feels like it has weight, so I'm not sure why it conked out. Could it be empty? No, it's definitely not empty. Could this fuel valve have tripped? I don't know. I just don't know. I'll try to restart here and see what happens. Man, it just went out in a hurry, just blam. So I guess I could try to hit the key switch. I just don't know what happened. Turn the load off. Oh, it's acting like fuel delivery problems. Give it a shot of primer. Nada. I'm thinking maybe this fuel valve tripped again. Well, actually I have it off, so let me turn it on ever so slowly. God, what a pain in the ass this is going to be. I don't know if that was too fast or not. Give it a shot of. Okay, heard it. Put the key here. Yep. Not good. Yeah, it's not working. Just like that, it quit. All right, we're gonna have to take a look at the time. Yeah, we're gonna have to cancel this test. So, or conclude the test, stop it. I'll stop the water flow. We know what time it is here, I think. And we can at least measure the temperature rise of 50 gallons. It's at, oh, it dropped to 80 degrees. Oh, yeah, it's in cold water. I mean, it's in air. So we know what time it is. And let me go get an accurate reading on what time the stove says. I don't know why that thing conked out. Even more the reason not to trust this propane solution. I'll just wait for the natural gas regulator to come in and do that, or just plan on running it on gasoline if and when I need the thing. Okay, 301, so that's what it says. So we'll work the numbers backwards. 301. And what I could do is go measure that tank weight right now. Man, I just can't imagine what happened. 301. Okay, I'm gonna, well, here, let's just go wait. You know it's 301. Mess with this stupid scale again. And hit this. Okay, 0, and I put the tank on. What number do I get? 34. 34. 7. So it used 3 pounds and almost a half hour. So I had the numbers written on here. Oh, it might have froze up. Oh, I bet that's what happened. Yeah. Ah, boy. Well, I could look that up. So I was reading on one of these off-grid forums about these big generators and using 20-pounders. And they were saying that because of the volume of gas that's coming out of here, these tanks, these smaller tanks, that it could freeze up. And once it freezes up, the propane doesn't boil, no, what did it say, boil off? It doesn't gas out, and you basically get zero pressure. And so they recommend either bigger tanks or some sort of a load sharing device between 2 tanks. So I don't see any frost here, but oh yeah, it's clearly cold. Yeah, it's frozen up here. I bet that's what happened. How about that? Well, good. That's the purpose of the test. Thanks for watching. Okay, if you made it this far through the video, good on you. I know my videos are shaky, not always easy to watch. I'm still working on that. But here's kind of the conclusion of my propane test. This I keep a little VI, just a text file in my Unix MacBook here. There's the upper half. This is just some part numbers. This is what I ordered. It's coming in from my natural gas and propane conversion kit coming from Motor Snorkel. But anyway, here's the testing notes that I came up with today. And from the other day, when I was running gasoline, I was running a hot water tank, as you saw. Maybe you saw that video. 8 kW for a generator, supposed to run at 9,500 watts continuous. It's about 85% load. And I measured the gas. If you watch that video, you see that little mason jar and the little marks on it that draws, what was that, 9 ounces in 2 minutes. Anyway, you do the math, it comes out to 2.11 gallons per hour. And I've been running it on that 92 ethanol-free octane at the Black Diamond Cenex, which they call CHS. And that stuff sells for $6.20 a gallon. And your operational costs, you multiply that by that, and you're looking at $13.08 an hour. Wow. Propane, my test today, I did the weight deal. So I used 3 pounds of propane in about a half hour, 25 minutes before the tank froze up and the thing shut down. And I weighed it. It was 37 pounds to start with, 34 ending, 3 pounds. And you look on the web, propane weighs 4.22 pounds per gallon. You work the math backwards, you come up with basically 1.42 gallons per hour. So I was getting this at the place called Black Bear. It's a pizza shop in Black Diamond. They raised their price to $2.50 a gallon for propane. It used to be $2.40. You work that out for operational cost, $2.50 times 1.42, and you're looking at $3.55 an hour, which is almost $10 an hour cheaper than gasoline. So that's pretty remarkable. So, but then with that, you have all the problems of the tank freezing up, that excess flow business, the low pressure because of the cold weather, and all this other crap. So you might need a tank heater or something like that. But anyway, there's the data.